Oh my god, but you guessed it. Hi, it is me, Shanti Tag. Cheers. Cheers to the bitch squad. Loving you all so much. Okay, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome. P.S. I cuss like a sailor in the most loving, high vibe way that ever existed. So if that's not a match for you, that's totally okay. There's like a bazillion other YouTubers out there that may or may not cuss like a sailor. I may or may not speak straight and eloquent and smooth, but yeah, I'm cringy, I'm wild, I'm crazy, and we're here together for it all. Cheers. Cheers Momi, brought to you by Rise Mushroom Coffee. I am not sponsored. I'm just practicing when they inevitably ask me to, like, whatever. Rise Mushroom Coffee, gut health, deliciousness, and it's like the probiotic creamer. It's like coconut jam, coconut. I am really just something else with the words today. Cheers. Okay. Like, how do I even meditate? Like, what even is meditation? Like, I cannot even meditate. How often do I hear this from peeps? So often. Maybe this is you. Are you a person who maybe has tried to meditate and it's just like not what you think it should be? Don't even try to meditate because you're like, I cannot even go there. Or, you know, a variety of reasons, right? Like, what? I can't even, like, oh my God, how do I even? All right, we're gonna break it down. P.S. I'm recording this just a few days before Pluto makes a real power move, okay? And you know, I'm definitely not an astrologer by trade. I'm very much a student, a novice astrologer. I love looking into astrology, astronomy. I like to know what's going on in the sky. I think it's fascinating. And essentially what I'm referring to is on the 19th, there's going to be this shift with Pluto, and it represents a very kind of like revelatory time, which is so exciting, and all the more reason to have meditation in your toolbox on a daily motherfucking basis, because we really gotta come correct with how we're focused, how we're thinking, the thoughts we choose to receive, and how we choose to then respond by said thought receptivity. Okay, so what meditation is not. Okay, meditation is not a moment to be without any thought at all. Okay, unless you're a 400-year-old yogi living in the caves in the Himalayan mountains, chances are you're not going to have a meditative experience that is completely 0 point void of all thought form, frequency, brainwave, what have you, okay? It's just not gonna happen. Why? Because we're here living life, which means we've packed some stuff into our subconscious. All the times we said this but meant to say that, all the times we reacted this way when we could have responded that way, right? And again, okay, so subconscious is stuff that we're not consciously aware of. The moment we're consciously aware of it, it is no longer a subconscious thought form. It is no longer a subconscious behavior. If it's a behavior, once it's brought into the conscious forefront, that behavior is a choice. Okay, we've talked about this before. So one of the reasons I think why a lot of people, especially in the beginning stages, don't like meditation is because what happens is once you are still with yourself, the subconscious mind begins to unpack. And there's all the stuff, full frontal nudity in your conscious mind of all the stuff you've been avoiding and don't want to look at, which is why you've potentially been keeping yourself so busy. So the subconscious mind doesn't get the opportunity to unpack all of the stuff that's been shoved in that you've been avoiding. Am I right? Okay, so Kundalini Yoga, and not just Kundalini Yoga, but because I'm a practitioner and a teacher of it, so I'm going to talk about it. It's a multifaceted experience and approach before we even get to meditation, yeah? All right, so first off, we're warming up the body with movement. Okay, we want to move the body. We want to warm up, just like you would warm up in any kind of thing, right? Like kickboxing or whatever, right? We're going to warm up, okay? Then we might incorporate a breath, right? The breath is always incorporated, but what I mean by that is pranayama, a very heavy dose of a very special and particular breath sequence in order to achieve a particular function in the body, whether it's detoxifying the blood or activating glandular secretion. She said, cheers. And then we'll do a heavier, like heavy fucking yoga, powerhouse, heavy fucking yoga, kick your fucking butt across the room style yoga, okay? And then we'll probably bring in some mantra, some chanting using the sound, right? The sound is so important. Literally using your words, chanting mantra, Satanama, Waheguru. All kinds of, those are short, right? And there's very, very long mantras that I chant daily. And then we'll go into meditation. And typically, especially with this particular technology, the meditations are kind of what you could call almost like an active meditation where you're holding a pose. And you might be holding a pose for a very long time. And that posture, that pose is very, very uncomfortable. And then you kind of surpass the human experience and move through pain and into kind of these elevated spaces. All the while, the subconscious mind is unpacking itself. And your job is to not stop it, but to just be with it and observe. Just be with it. Be with the pain. Be with the unpacking of the subconscious. And you're just with it. You're just there. That's where the meditation is. So when you're meditating, whether you're doing the Kundalini Yoga approach, the Buddhism approach, and most very old school approaches has all of these aspects incorporated. The movement, you want to make the body sweat before you even kind of like go into it. The breath work, all of the things, the mantra. And then you go into the meditative space. It makes such a fucking difference. And if this is new to you and this is interesting to you, what you can do is, depending on your physical stuff, knock out some jumping jacks, push-ups, run around the block, something, right? Just to get the body moving, get the blood pumping, and then just do some long, deep breaths. Just, really breathe deep in and out, hear your breath. Breathe in like there's something in the air that you want, and then breathe out like you're getting rid of something in the lungs that is no longer beneficial. Do that a few times, and then just sit peacefully or lay down peacefully. I like sitting because laying down, especially in the beginning stages, if this is new to you, you will potentially drift off into sleep, and sleeping is not the same as meditation, okay? It's a different brain wave that's being activated, it's a different space, all right? Different things are happening when you're unconscious versus meditation, okay? All right, so you just want to be with it. Be with the fact that it might be uncomfortable, the thoughts that are running through the brain, the shit that might come up, the stuff that has been kind of packed away, gets unpacked. Let it be uncomfortable. Just be with it. This is not the time to try to solve anything, try to reorganize stuff. This is just the time to observe, okay? Okay, and I'm sure maybe some of you have heard, other lineages just talking, directing you to just, observe the breath in, observe the breath out without trying to kind of like contort it or manipulate it. And that's real tricky to bring awareness to your breath without altering it. It really requires a mental and physical dexterity, which will come over time. All right. So I know I've promised some Kundalini yoga classes on this channel, and that is on the way. Really, what the holdup is this. I'm working on figuring out the jam. So when we're teaching Kundalini yoga, we only use very specific music, right? This music is a science, it's a technology, and it is a supportive tool. Now, do we need it? No. I mean, did the yogis in the caves have it? No. But I really fucking enjoy it. But if, and so like, working on like copyright and stuff like that and paying for rights and all of that. So I'm working on that. And if it doesn't pan out, then I'll just teach some fucking classes, okay? Like with no music, with no mantra in the background, okay? Please motherfucking believe. But just meditation is going to be so important as this next kind of chapter unfolds, as we call in the golden age. All right, just got to be fucking real with it. Just be still, and in that stillness, be with what comes up. Just be with it. I know some of it is going to fucking suck, and it might even be painful. That's okay. Just be with it. The pain of avoiding pain and the fear of avoiding fear is always more intense than just being with what's there. All right? I mean, when I'm teaching and even when I'm taking a class, my teachers and these teachers are fucking masters. It's like, if you're not in pain, you're not doing it right. The pain is a fucking gift. There is information in the pain, so stay with it and surpass it. It will shift. The pain isn't always painful. Just go into it. Go into the mental discomfort, the physical discomfort. Learn from it, be in it, and then watch it fucking transform. And that right there is a fucking game changer. That's when you up level. That's when you choose a higher timeline. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, so if you're somebody who's like, I can't meditate, I've tried, but I just can't, know that meditation is not about having zero thought. It is not about coming into 0 point, especially in the beginning. It is just being with what is, even if what is uncomfortable, because honey, it is yours. That is your unconscious mind, subconscious mind unpacking. So just be with it. It's there for you. All the stuff, all the shit, all the glory, all the beauty, all the, okay? All right, so if you really want to pack a punch, exercise your butt off beforehand, get some sweat going, do some long, deep breathing, maybe an affirmation, and if you know mantra, rock it. But and then you sit down into meditation. Okay, you sit into meditation at that point. But again, classes are coming, and I'm so fucking excited, y'all. Thank you so much. The B Squad. Oh my God, cheers. P.S. This Rise mushroom coffee is legitty titty, so good. I drink it at least once, maybe twice, every single day, in the morning, in the evening, and while I'm intermittent fasting, which I still do and still fucking love, even though I realize that like the mushroom tea kind of breaks the fast, but that's okay, because I'm not really doing it necessarily for like intermittent fasting reasons, even though I think they're like so fucking beneficial. But there's a yogic teaching where women in particular, it would behoove us to not eat after 4 p.m. in regards to like our metabolism and our motility, like the ability to actually digest. So typically what I do, which actually really contributes to my ability to just be with whatever is here while I'm meditating, okay, because it brings in this whole other kind of like dexterity and ability just to like be with, because I previously would sometimes use food as a distraction, especially in the evening. Now I don't really have that, right? So it really helps me go deeper into my meditation. But I typically stop eating at 3 p.m. and I start eating again the next day at 9 a.m. And I fucking love it. It works so well for my body. This isn't here. I'm not here to. This is all. I'll tell you what I am here. This is all invitation. You do you, boo. Okay, you do motherfucking you. I just hope some of this lands with you in a beneficial way. Let me know in the comments how all of this lands with you. If you have questions, I'll do my best to fucking answer it. Loving you all so much. Fuck yes. Satnam in blessed fucking be.